So today we will see the PPDT story narration. This subject is actually very important, but most of the time it is ignored. Now why it is ignored? Because candidates are busy writing stories, noting down characters, etc. Then they are worried about the group discussion, and people are least bothered about the narration part, which is very important. Now why this is important? Because this part is actually, it's an individual effort, and this is the first time you are speaking at SSB board. So we'll see why this PPDT thing is so important. Narration of PPDT is so important. So now first of all, I'll briefly cover the sequence of PPDT for benefit of those who are not much aware. It is shown, picture is shown, then narration, thereafter PPDT card is given. So in that card you write characters, you write action, and then you do the story writing, and thereafter we do the narration and followed by the group discussion. Now I'll briefly cover the important aspects of PPDT. A picture is shown, it's a blur picture, and it will be shown to you for 30 seconds. So you have to watch everything very carefully in this picture. Now thereafter PPDT cards are given. In that card you have to put the characters. Now I hope you know the characters, that number of people which are visible there are supposed to be noted down on the PPDT card. Now in front of characters you reflect their ages. Suppose there is a male, so you write M35, and if he is in positive mood, smiling or something, then you make a plus sign, and likewise you mention all the characters. And whosoever is your hero will be, there will be a circle put around them. Suppose M35 is your hero, so you mark him with a circle. So this is how you write the character. Then comes to action. Now action part, it is actually heading of the story. So it should be long enough to convey the entire story. Actually, it should be at least 2 lines, like the way we have newspaper headings. For example, Ram, not Ram, a major train accident averted, thereby saving many lives. Now, point to note here is that in the action, don't put the name of your hero. It should indicate the group effort. So don't say Ram. If Ram is your hero, Ram prevented major train accident will not be appreciated. But if you simply write that train accident averted or prevented, and thereby saving many lives, so that will be actually more appreciable. So after story, after this, you are given 3 minutes time to write the story, and thereafter narration and the group discussion. So today we'll be focusing on the narration part. So let's see. Now I have templated the narration actually, because there are many actually formats and methods and the way people speak. So you start like this: friends, I have perceived dash characters. They're in age group of so and so, and their moods are so and so. So many males, so many females. Then you say action of my story is. You give out the action of your story, and then finally rattle the story. Now all these things should be done in 1 minute. So follow this template so that you are able to complete your story in 1 minute's time. Now coming to the time plan. The time plan of story writing is very essential, because note that you are given only 1 minute's time, and there are about 60 to 70 candidates to be assessed in that time. So what happens is that after story writing, the entire lot of candidates is actually subdivided into subgroups of 7 to 8. So in this process you get about 15 minutes time before your narration proper starts. So in this 15 minutes time you practice and practice and practice, so that you know what exactly to be spoken to. And time for narration, as I told you, is just 1 minute. So make use of this 15 minutes time. Now if you overshoot this time, then you will not be allowed to complete the narration, because as I told you that there are many candidates, and if every candidate is allowed extra time, it may be objected by others, and then time wise it is not possible. Now, what is the importance of this narration? Because everybody is focusing on the characters and action and group discussion. So what happens in narration? Actually what happens is that you are speaking, and when you speak you reveal many things of your personality, like your self confidence, your gestures, your body language, your facial expressions, your thought process, and there are many such things. And then the most important is that in the narration nobody is interrupting you, nobody is questioning you, so you can just mug up your story and just rattle it out and make a very good projection. Then, as I told you, that during process narration, actually you are kind of introducing yourself, you are putting yourself in a showcase. So it is very important, because this is first time you are speaking in front of board. And then what happens is that sometimes people don't get the adequate opportunity to speak in group discussions, so that time this narration part plays actually a major role. So we'll see next. Now sequence. Invariably what happens is that when we start the narration part, the GTO and staff will ask, are there any volunteers to start first or to speak in the end? So always volunteer, because when you are speaking first or last, people are very attentive and they are listening to your story. So try to be volunteer. Now suppose that you don't get opportunity to speak first or last. So in between what happens is that people are not that attentive, so you have to put lot of stress on the action part. You have to speak your action in a very loud and clear manner, so that everybody gets gist of your story. Because if people don't understand your story, then there will not be any discussion on your story, and if there is no discussion on your story, then you will not get chance to speak in group discussion, and you will not be a noticeable figure. So in group discussion you have to be a noticeable person, and it is very essential that your story is taken note by other candidates. Now another important point is that narrate the story with just one name, hero only. Like Ram is the hero of your story, then you say Ram and his friends. Don't name everybody that Ram, Mohan, Geeta, Sita. Then people will be confused, and they'll not be able to comprehend your story, because I told you before that comprehension of your story by others is very important to generate discussion. So just have one name, and that will be hero's name. Now some challenges. Candidates actually often get nervous, because when they see many people from different places and many good personalities, like some people are national level players, and somebody is from Calcutta, and very super smart people, so they get nervous actually. And when they are nervous, then they start fumbling, and as a result story is not completed. So to avoid this, you must remove fear of public speaking. And how to do this? First of all, on the day of arrival in the evening, make good friendship with the other candidates, and have a general introduction of them, and know what they are, and tell them what you are. So this is one way. Another way is that during your school or college time, keep talking to group of people. While traveling in the train, just have a conversation with the fellow passengers. So this is how you can remove fear of public speaking. So this is very important. Now certain do's and don'ts. Make eye contact with all the candidates while speaking. Don't look left, right and center. Then another important point is that most of the time candidates, when they are narrating a story, so they continue looking at the assessors. Don't do that. Look at the candidates. So this conveys actually a good example, and this way they will perceive your story actually better. Now to conclude, the quality of a story is more important than quantity. So write the story as much as you can speak in 1 minute. You have to practice this in your own time. You can't practice at SSB board. Then don't use a very difficult language. Don't use very difficult English words, because people are going to be from all kind of backgrounds. Some people are good in English, some people have mediocre English. So use simple words and practice in front of mirror while you are at home. Practice in front of a mirror or make a self video, so that you know that what kind of gestures you have. I also have gestures. Everybody has some mannerism, but the whatever you do or speak or shake, the way you shake hands and all, it should be pleasant. Because if your mannerism is not pleasant, then people will not look at you. They'll not listen to your story. So just have a note of this. So that's all I have to say, and good luck. Thank you very much.